What have you guys been doing down here today?
Well, we went to the Unitarian Church and we went to breakfast at Off Center.
Nice.
And wonderful job. And then we just rang the bell for our Olympiad.
Isn't that
the
great?
Unitarian Church.
Wasn't this a great event?
Oh, it was wonderful.
It's pretty moving.
I love her jacket. I want one.
What's with the flowers today?
Well, these were from Roger Young just died.
Oh, right,
and that was a very sad thing. And
yes,
instead of just letting the flowers wilt out, Ted offered us to take some and enjoy them in our house.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah. Now you guys we were just talking about the fact that you guys have your fingers in like so many pies. I can't even believe it. You're two of the busiest people I know. you tell us what you do on the island. What do you for a business, you guys?
Well, primarily I'm a portrait painter.
Right.
And I also own Nantucket Advertising and teach Aikido 3 nights a week.
Right.
And
play a little music.
Play guitar. Learning.
Right.
And that's about it.
Yeah, that's about enough.
What is Aikido?
Yeah, tell us about Aikido.
Aikido is a non-aggressive martial art. The concept of the martial art is to promote peace on the planet. You actually defend from virtually any attack without hurting your opponent unnecessarily.
Right. But if you're being attacked, don't you kind of want to hurt your opponent a little bit just to...
That want would come from fear.
Yeah?
In Aikido, we address that very fear process so you can relax and actually protect your attacker.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's very powerful.
Where do you do this?
It's taught through the community school. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 6:30 to 8 o'clock.
So people can sign up to do that?
Yep, at any age.
What you need is a hobby, something to do with your spare time.
I've taken up wooden boat building.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Building a little boat out in the garage. And Kim, you have a very interesting sideline also,
Yes.
the magazine. Tell
Yes.
us about that.
It's Renaissance Magazine, and
You are the
publisher and editor.
Right. The magazine is based here in Nantucket.
It's based here. We work out of a home office, and the magazine is sold across the country. We just picked up Borders bookstores,
Wow.
so we'll be in every Borders bookstores beginning in April.
That's
Wow.
very large.
Congratulations.
Very
Yes,
large.
that's big.
Great.
And we're in
it is
Canada.
available here at the Hub too, I happen to know.
Right.
So that's on the magazine there. Tell us about your interest in the Renaissance and how that started.
Yeah, actually, Lou and I, a few years ago when we were getting married, wanted to do something very unique and different with our wedding, and decided to put on a period wedding. And when I started researching to get ideas for the wedding, realized that there was no material in print on the history behind the weddings, where do you go for costuming, all that sort of material. And that's when the light bulb went off in my head, saying this would be a great opportunity, because I knew how popular the Renaissance fairs were across the country, and had been to 1 or 2 of them, and knew that there was a very strong following of people that like to recreate the Middle Ages and Renaissance. Yet there was no formalized magazine or a book available in the bookstores. So took it upon myself.
How do you go from all right, I have this idea, to you have a published magazine on the newsstand? How do you?
Well, it took about a year between the time that I decided to go ahead and do this project to actually coming out with our first issue. And what I did in the meantime, it was all on my spare time. I was working full time at the time, and hooked up with writers on the internet. That was my first opportunity to get in touch with people interested in the same time period, and also were professional. And once I hooked up with a staff of about 20 people, they presented me articles, and we combined them together, and with my own personal finances, put out our first issue.
And artwork and everything? And do you do all the layout and everything yourselves?
Yes, we do the graphic design and layout in the house. And it's printed in Missouri, but that's pretty common that you go someplace inexpensive for the printing. Lou helps out a little bit with miscellaneous illustration or photography that I need done. However, with our first issue, we made money, which was pretty unusual for a magazine.
And it's successful now then?
Yep, we've doubled our distribution, more than doubled our distribution, and doubled our page count. We're going color for the first time this coming issue.